Oh my god, I've been here for like 13 hours and nothing is happening. They've been like teasing some weird stuff. I think it might be like Slenderman or something because of like it does make sense like thematically. But can we just like see something actually substantial? It's been like 12, 13 hours. Like please just show us something good. Wait, why are the cameras moving? Oh my god. Oh my wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. It's him. It's him. Machete. It's him. It's him. Oh my god, it's him.
It's Jason! Oh my god! No!
Yes, it's Jason! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's Jason! Yeah! Yes! Okay, that's fair. Like, New Line owns the Friday the 13th name, so... Oh. Oh no. Welcome people of the internet, it's me KMD. Welcome to our Debbie Daylight video. I am quite disappointed with the recent news about the 10th anniversary chapter. And I know, hot take, why are you not excited? We literally are getting Jason, like the biggest IP in history. Why are you not excited? Well, let's just look again at the final frames of this trailer and you might already see an issue I have. This is not what I would like for a Friday the 13th quote-unquote chapter, because it's just Jason. See, I recently went on a rant on Twitter and the tweet kind of blew up. Basically, I think that if we're getting a Friday the 13th chapter, getting only Jason is one of the worst decisions that we could have possibly made for this release. And I want to make it obviously very, very clear that this video is not aimed at Behavior Interactive, but it's aimed at Horror Inc. for not allowing us to get the most important parts of the Friday the 13th IP. I am sick and tired of big IP holders holding back content because we just cannot get anything nice this time. We already have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like IPs now in the history of this game that got denied full content. That's Left 4 Dead, DCSM, Hellraiser, Evil Dead, Chucky, and FNAF that got denied full content for their release, even though they could realistically get that content. And now we are adding Friday the 13th to that. What are we doing? It's not at Behavior for not being able to fully realize their vision. It's at the IP holders holding back the process of Behavior, turning everything that we need in a chapter drop to a product. We didn't get any killer with Left 4 Dead. We didn't get a survivor or a map with Texas Chainsaw. We got only Pinhead for Hellraiser. I mean, not anymore, but you get my point. We didn't get a killer for Evil Dead. We didn't get Andy for Chucky, and we didn't get a survivor, and we got a dogshit map for FNAF. And now we're getting Jason as a solo release. What are we doing, guys? And I'll be completely real with you. Based on what the teasers were showing, I was expecting it to be Slenderman with the whole stream. But before the stream, I was expecting it to be Jason, but with the whole teasing of Slenderman and the fact that Slender the Arrival released in 2013, so the 13th in the teasers actually kind of makes sense. I was expecting it to be Slenderman, but I was not denying the fact that Jason is highly requested. I also like Jason as a character. I think it makes out of sense to add him as a killer for the 10th anniversary of the game, but the fact that Jason is coming to the game is already disappointing to me, and no matter what is in that PTB, if it's just the killer, I'm just not satisfied with this release. I don't care that we are getting the most iconic film franchise ever into Dead by Daylight if the only piece of content we're getting is a killer. That's just not what I want from this release. And I would like to explain my reasoning why, and also explain how Jason Universe works, because not a lot of people know how this actually works properly. So I would like to dispel any confusion here, why I'm really angry about the situation. KMD editing this voiceover, by the way. Even if Behavior tells us it's the only way that we could get Jason in the game, I'm reminding you this is not aimed at Behavior, this is aimed at Horror Inc. I'm just sad. If that's the only way you could get Jason in the game, then just don't bring Jason in the game. I'm sorry. So let's begin with describing what necessarily Jason Universe is. Jason Universe is a label created by Horror Inc. after the lawsuit between Cunningham and Miller that basically is going to handle all things Friday the 13th from now on. Now, the thing is that the name Friday the 13th is not owned by Jason Universe or Horror Inc. or Miller. It is owned by New Line Cinema, and they cannot legally use that term unless they collaborate with New Line on a project. So Jason Universe is basically Horror Inc., which owns Adult Jason and everything everything from the sequels of the first Friday movie, not the Friday movie itself. And if Victor Miller is involved in it, which he either is a collaborator on some projects or he's directly involved in the Jason universe, owns the first movie, all the characters from the first movie, young Jason, all that stuff. And Jason universe is in the clear to use the name Voorhees, because in Crystal Lake, which I believe Victor Miller is, I think, involved with that project, they call Pamela a Voorhees. And also on Twitter posts in general, they've been just throwing the name Voorhees around when it comes to Jason. So Jason can be called a Voorhees to talk about the solo killer release. If you own Tommy Jarvis, Crystal Lake, literally every single character in the franchise, but you don't own the Friday the 13th label, releasing Jason as a solo killer and granting behavior only the character of Jason is not only a stupid decision, but you're just directly sabotaging the developers. I'm sorry. I completely do not agree with this decision, because this is the biggest chapter that Dead by Daylight has ever gotten, besides FNAF. I think FNAF is a bit bigger because it's more relevant to its target audience. And not getting the most iconic survivor from the franchise and the whole area that has the events take place in, when you know that the franchise that you're collaborating with owns this and you can't directly ask them for this and they probably denied you the rights to it, makes me really not like Horror Inc. right now. I don't understand. Because, fun fact, Tommy Jarvis was introduced in the fourth movie. He's not a Victor Miller property. So even if Victor Miller was not involved in this collaboration, you literally can add Tommy Jarvis. He is not a Victor Miller creation. You own Tommy Jarvis. Horror Inc. is behind Tommy Jarvis. Why is he not here? Unless there is heavy amounts of miscommunication and lack of transparency from behavior, and they will actually add a survivor on the PTB, that's Tommy Jarvis, then I don't understand what's going on. Unless this is literally the worst marketing campaign in the history of modern gaming, this makes no sense. I'm sorry. This is just a Nightmare on Elm Street all over again. You will have people look back at this chapter the same way they look back at Freddy. The best course of action is we maybe get some original behavior-made skins for Jason, because Jason Universe, for example, let Call of Duty design their own Jason, but that's it. People will be disappointed because this might not be the Jason we know from the movies. The only thing that blocks, there's nothing blocking us from getting the actual thing. It's stubbornness of Horror Inc. trying to make something new with Jason, when I don't want to sound like I'm denying Horror Inc. the opportunity to make a new cool story with Jason, but Dead by Daylight is meant to celebrate the most iconic parts of horror. When they collaborate with franchises, most of the time they take the most iconic parts of these franchises because they're the most recognizable, iconic, most liked. So denying us Friday the 13th content that is the most iconic part of the IP in favor of something new, which we don't even know about because Crystal Lake is not out until October, is stupid. I'm sorry. I do not like this. I'm not gonna pretend I'm not gonna buy the DLC because I'm a DBD creator. I need to make content on the game and I just like having everything in the games I own. I just like having access to all gameplay experiences in a game. But I am just not happy with the direction this chapter is already taking. I'm just tired of getting the second biggest IP that Behavior has ever acquired for Dead by Daylight and just flat out from the start having it get limited by people who do not understand what potential the things they own has. It's just tiring. It's really tiring. The having to stay up to 3 a.m. in the morning because DBD is one of the modern games that have an actual way bigger EU creator base in NA. So making the EU creators stay up until 3 a.m. and not do anything actually meaningful or revealing for 12 to 13 hours is kind of insane to me. Again, I don't want to disbehavior for this, but I just don't understand the decision behind the marketing of this chapter. I think it was not the greatest. If they're also just not showing us content that's actually going to be in the chapter, then it's also very misleading. I just don't like that. So I'm assuming, based on what they're saying, that the next chapter is going to be solo Jason, which is just not something I like. And again, if you're happy with it, cool. I'm happy for you too. I literally talked to Pali and Pali is very excited for it. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy he can get out of detail and stop maiming Trapper. But I'm just not happy with how this pan out. And I think we're gonna look back at this as a big disappointment, similarly to FNAF. Because FNAF could have gotten a survivor, but decided to work on a map. But the map was, let's just say kind of half-assed because they put it in Woodard Isle, when, to our knowledge, they secured the deal 3 years before the release of the chapter, so they had time to make an original realm, I think. So I just don't understand the decision-making of Behavior in the FNAF situation. And now I do not understand why Horror Inc. and maybe even including Victor Miller do not let us get the full content pack. They're not only limiting the sales, because I know people who won't get the chapter because of it's only Jason, and they're also limiting the potential of what we can get in the game. What are we doing? I don't know, guys. I let me know what you think about it. I'm just really tired of like just getting chapter potential limited off the rip, and I hope I am wrong. I hope I am very, very wrong, and they actually did a pretty misleading marketing campaign, and they're actually getting the full pack. But knowing previous announcements and how actually transparent behavior is in their marketing, I don't expect anything. So yeah, I am not very happy about Jason coming to the game in the state he's going to be in. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, internet.